All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit late today, sorry about that. Life happens at 6:30 in the morning around here. All right, so slightly negative day for the markets. Few up, few down. Looks like we're a little more down than up, but not the end of the world. Let's check out our NASDAQ. So last week was pretty much a full bullish week. I don't even think we had a red day last week. On the weekly chart, we have pretty damn low volumes, about the lowest volume we've seen in this whole move so far. Getting back towards more normalized volume ranges. Not sure if that's good or bad. Can't be great. Gonna go with not great on that one. Hey, what's up, Rob? But yeah, so we're still holding okay. Maybe we'll see if we get a bit of a market pullback. All right, I'm at 0.2, almost a quarter of a percent lower right here towards the open. Trying to see if I have anything working on expiring this week. Looks like I do have a space position that's expiring this week. Let's take a look at what's down the most. Start from the down up today. Maybe we'll find some interesting values. Looking for some undercut and rallies possibly. Let's change this a little bit. Once again, this doesn't save because why would it? Let's go 6 months. $20 to the right. And maybe we'll even go less than that. Let's try that for right now. Let's try 90 days. See if we can spot some undercut and rallies. Morning, Mohammed. Ping with a few undercuts past week or two. Nothing too crazy though. Not sure why Crocs Daily doesn't want to show us the chart. Or Cena Daily. IVR Daily doing good. 269. No signs of an uptrend quite yet on IVR. Winnebago has been doing really good. Down a little bit today. Nothing undercutting there though. All right, come on. Why is everything so slow today? For some reason, the mornings are really slow for my computer today and yesterday. Ping hasn't quite broken out yet. DR Horton undercutting, but not too much. Really nothing the past couple of days. I'm looking for an undercut of recent lows. Something like CCC looks like it's undercutting on the 5-minute chart. Lows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Not sure if it's enough to just can't serve data for some reason. All right, there we go. There's CCC. Took it a couple of minutes. What are those little hash marks? That's weird. Nothing doing yet here. Everything else down minimally at this stage. Skyworks with a potential long-term trend line or long-term turnaround, depending on how you want to qualify it. The lower trend line would have been a long-term turnaround, which would have broken out last year. And then with the COVID crash, maybe a return. Maybe TRN. I believe this is Trinity something or other. AMC up 44%. Holy crap. Are they announcing a new Iron Man movie or something? Amazon's expressed buyout interest. Oh, really? Amazon wants to buy out AMC. Why would that happen? That seems like the strangest move of the year. That's hilarious. They're gonna buy Delta next. Or if they're gonna ship packages through the movie theater. Now with Prime, come get your packages while you spend $30 to see a movie. Yeah, it's gonna go over well. Anywho, that is weird. Yeah, what the hell, Rob? Why are you holding out on us, man? You bring it to us after the fact. You're supposed to know the stuff. You're the guy with the contacts. Zoom, looking great. Off that 50-day moving average. Actually, our trend line, not even the 50-day. Off of our trend line, up and through out of a little recent 3-day consolidation. Good volume today, too. Very good volume. 2.5 for Friday. We're already at 1.8, and we're 12 minutes into 18 minutes into the day. That's pretty good. D Dog, they finally have earnings. It looks like it if this chart would show me, but according to this, it looks like we did. And it's aftermarket, so no, we didn't. Coop, trying to go for it again. Small consolidation for the past couple of days here. Trying to break up above. Volume is marginally good. Beyond Meat, trying to get beyond highs. Very bullish here. It's kind of been walking up this whole time. Volume diminishing. It's a little bit strange. But still working. Twilio. Rocket ship, son. And why does that not show as a gap? I'm including after hours data here, aren't I? Hey, what's up, Aram? Aha, there we go. What? It's all extended hours? Apparently it's all oh, there we go. We're not allowed to trade anymore. All right, that looks more like it. Much more like it. Okay. Twilio, up third day in a row. Up 8% from the close on the gap day, which was up 40%. The CEO of Twilio's got to be super happy right now. This thing just looks gone. Come on, Coop. You can give me a chart, right? Hope you can. Or not. Or you can't give me a chart. DocuSign. Maybe trying to go for it. We'll see if it stalls out. Hasn't really had any sideways action. What the hell's going on with my charts? I get no charts. Get no charts. I watched a Jerry Seinfeld stand-up special, so I've got that Shirley voice stuck in my head. And it's one I think I'm capable of doing. Masi, just stair stepping higher. Looks like about to take another step up if anyone's interested. Riding the 10-day all the way up. So pull back out of the 10 days the least risky. Or at least the test of the 10 days the least risky. This is getting old quick. All right, let me X out of this and see if I can re-pull it. Maybe it'll give me something else, some different results. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, I just did this, so probably fairly insane. Nope, it's got to be Ameritrade's fault. I try to look at the most. The daily chart is the one that doesn't render. Yay. Too many people trading stocks, apparently. So check out global watch list. AMC. Already sold off a bunch. CRISPR not selling off though. It's like coming out of a small consolidation here. Hard to tell because I don't have my daily chart, but you know. I wonder if I what? Oh yeah, looking pretty nice right there. Volume on the 5 minute looks very healthy. So far, so good for CRISPR, trying to break out of this smaller consolidation here, which I don't mind at all. Small undercut and rally down here. Missed that. These things happen so fast, these undercut and rallies. Man, you gotta be. I haven't really caught a great one yet. I think I caught one. I think I caught one. It's just so hard to be there. It's usually why I start. I try to start the day out looking at these things that are down. Maybe I should start the things that are flat. Uh, how quickly we become accustomed to sub-millisecond load times, or sub-second load times, I should say. Ooh. LK. Sorry, Rob, I'm ditching LK, buddy. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. UI. Domino's Pizza. Can't find undercut and rally without the daily chart, though. This is pretty brutal. Race. Wow. VTC to zero. Why do you say that? Because of the down day the other day? That doesn't mean that much. It's at $8,800. It ain't going to zero. Not yet, at least. But it is one of the few things up today. Neo's up today, too. Neo's been more healthier than a lot of the coins lately for whatever reason. Cardano. We've been talking about Cardano. Moving up with BTC and Neo. Oh, what's up, Ellie? Ugh. Nvidia broke up. I can't tell because my daily charts won't render. They don't render on like 95%. Oh, there we go. Okay, broken out at all-time highs. Cup and handle looking ish base. What thing? A mouse? Oh, you guys don't use mouses at all? That's pretty crazy. ENJ, is that a crypto? Think or drown? Oh, well, I like it. Usually doesn't give me problems. Yeah, it's gotta be crypto. Yeah, it looks like it's crypto. Well, keep in mind it's probably price versus BTC, so you have to keep BTC's movement in mind. So it's not too bad here. It's in an uptrend and it's kind of scalloping up a little bit, and it looks like it may be trying to find a low here. Cardano's mainnet's not out yet. What the hell have they been doing? Other things. Cardano's your biggest holding. When have you been holding it from? That's kind of scary. It's still an altcoin for now. It's not quite a Ethereum, but even Ethereum's down substantially. Don't get me wrong, I do like Cardano, but it just hasn't done anything. Had a couple of moves here and there, but did really good for us recently here out of some of these alert levels. Hopefully this is just a shorter retraction. I'm gonna get on to bigger and better things, but yeah, I'm going back to stocks. I spent enough time on crypto. That's why you have the stock show. Air Leaks down 9%. Round trip after Monday's earnings. Manitowoc. I think Thinkorswim is one of the better ones out there that you don't have to go out there and pay like $250 a month to get. Has pretty decent UI, good charts. The streaming just sucks today. Pays? I don't know. Oh, Aurora Cannabis, did they do a reverse stock split? Yes, they did. Looks like 1 for 11. 1 for 12 stock split. So if you have 1 share of Aurora Cannabis, you now have 12 shares, right? No, you now have a lot less. You have like zero point 0.8 shares or something. You have a lot less shares. TNA, 3 times Russell 2000. I thought this was going to be doing good today. The market was rallying yesterday at the open. Apparently not so much today. All right, we're getting some daily charts rendering here. That's pretty good. The second I say that, I don't get a daily chart render. All right, Trip Advisor. Here's a potential undercut and rally. Potential. Oh wow. How's our buddy AMD doing? Up 27%, up 3. Good. That's enough. That's enough percentage. AMD with a beautiful cup and handle in the daily chart. Haven't seen a chart pattern this good in a while, and it looks like it's already extending up a little bit here. Great volume this morning. It's like 2 million average on almost all of these bars. I don't know how much more it has left in it, but looks really good right there. Hi, James. What has the market been rallying on? What do you mean? Cash. How's it fake? Feels fake. Well, you, you, you know, uh, you know what I say about your feelings is they don't matter. No one's feelings matter. Your feelings don't make you money. Feelings mean nothing. Yeah, short the market and go broke because it feels wrong. I didn't save an AMD trade. I'm an idiot. Shoot, where the hell was my trade I was looking at? Market does not run on your logic, it runs on its logic. You don't get a choice in the matter. Picture you being a child again and trying to go against your parents. How does that work out? Probably not very well. Someone's getting a spanking. And a lot of people are going to get spankings. I don't know yet, Ron. I'm looking at this AMD thing right now. Market turning positive here, 0.06, barely positive, but positive nonetheless. With AMD running, that's a pretty good sign. Hey, there you go, Rob. As long as it's working for you, buddy. AMD's going for it. Almost 0.15 for the Nasdaq right now. Uh, AMD gone. Damn it. It was kind of fun making money. Yeah, it is fun when you can make some money. Um, it's just, hard to know when the market's gonna really start rallying. That's why you just kind of, I don't know. We did a good job. I mean, still making money. It's still fun. Not that it wasn't fun before. 14,000 people sign up to be infected with coronavirus in humans challenge trial. Interesting. I don't know what they're challenging. They're challenging something. I think they're just challenging common sense. Pays green again? Yeah, we still got to go look at pays. Sorry, my AMD's having a good day here, so I was trying to figure out if I'm gonna buy this or not. Hmm. Yeah, I think 80 is my target on this one. It's 35%, but it's a little bit 0.3% for the Nasdaq now. You know me, Ellie, I've got a trigger pulling problem, which has saved me and harmed me, so just depends. If I buy it, you all have to short it. Wow, am I that good of a counter trend indicator? Should follow real crypto, do the exact opposite of what he says. Oh, Ellie. All right, pulling in a little bit now. That time. Speaking of which, how's Tesla doing? Down 3%. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 3%, no. Soxel down 1%. That's interesting. So is Restoration Hardware. Not going too far yet, though. So far, still just hanging around. Pays. Someone mentioned pays. I think two people mentioned pays. Yeah, it does seem to be happy, doesn't it? It's just kind of hanging around. That's not a bad area to consolidate. So pays down a little bit on earnings, still playing with our downward sloping trend line. Not much going on right now though. So a break of looks like 863 give or take is going to hey, right on the dot. It's like 860 break of 863 is going to be the way to go. Unless you can get a small undercut and rally possibly out of this one. We are down here towards the lows. So it looks like the low of the other day is 759. And we're pretty close to that area. So if we can undercut, here's our low. If we can undercut that a little bit, maybe that would be a nice place to take some position. AMD, there we go. Yeah, it did have a really big rally off the lows. A lot of things are up significant amounts. This one, more importantly, in my opinion, though, has this trend line to contend with. It's been in a downtrend since before the Corona crash, and it just exacerbated the downtrend. But right now, we're back up to the trend line, so it may have been here anyways, regardless of Corona. Just kind of struggled along sideways. But the hope is that that gave a lot of people chances to sell, and the people that wanted to buy at lower prices got that opportunity because it crashed down to the $3 area. Now up at 777. Zoom 6%, still looking great. Basic kind of a oddly shaped W pattern here. Looks like coming up to what should be resistance of the 167 area. D-Dog, ZTO, all the usual suspects just doing what they do. Up 2-3%. Fairly relatively. DocuSign, one of those. Just extending off that 10-day moving average. All these guys running on the 10-day, you buy them when they're pulling back to the 10-day. I don't know what's pulling back right now. Let's go take a look. SLV, Procter Gamble, not really a leader in this market. Oh, come on. Why messing with my charts? This is brutal. GLD looking still pretty good in the flag. It's taking a breaker. PayPal, what are you doing? You're hanging out nicely. Okay. Match.com recently has been doing pretty good. Small pullback to the breakout point here. just before earnings. Well, it's not a real breakout point, but a small little breakup point from this consolidation. No excuse for not loading in 3 seconds. Twitter has not been looking good at all lately. I guess I just have to look at the 5-minute chart then. Visa. Very interesting situation there on Visa. Not really going lower though, if you notice it. Small, some undercuts right there, and then a rally. Nothing spectacular though. 0.2% for the Nasdaq. Starbucks. No lows here to undercut. Soxel. Las Vegas Sands looking pretty good. Remember had that really good day like a week ago? His earnings. I guess that was that was 2 weeks ago. Still looking pretty good. Maybe a pocket pivot on Friday. 5.782. Nope, not quite. All right, now we're getting the ones that are down over 2.5%. Maybe see some undercuts in this situation. EVR has a nice looking bull flag. Been trying to get out of it, not so much lately. Not much to do there, probably when it gets over a high. I think I need to get better at curating these watch lists. UAL down 7%. Not looking very good. All right, let's go back to the highs. I don't see too many undercut possibilities here. AMD looks like it's pulled back good. Okta. Twilio leading our board 5% today. Looks like it's stalling a little bit. 2.12 for the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at the big ones. Amazon chilling up here 2,400. Looks like slowly trying to break out of our range. Attempting today. See if I extend this trend line. We're basically sitting on it, which isn't bad. No selling off after earnings, even though they missed, but whatever that means. How's Roku doing? After earnings, not going too far. Either way, not such a bad thing. Hmm. All right, so market pretty flat generally. A couple things popping, couple things dropping. All of our cloud names are still doing good. DocuSign probably being one of the better movers up. I haven't really been hawking on this one, unfortunately, but pullbacks to the 10-day, and this guy probably should be bought. We've already had a few. All right, Coop doesn't want to say hi. Net, how are you doing, Net? Doing okay. Supportive after earnings came back down to. So remember that one day Net was up. Remember when all the clouds just ran, all of them? I guess earnings were good and they were just picking up all the clouds prior to earnings. Well, we came back and retested the close of the prior day, prior to that big up day, and that's right where we spiked lower yesterday morning. So that could potentially be a support area for us, which also right now is the 10-day moving average. So we could end up with a nice bounce here of sorts. What's up, Christina? Atlassian, holding nicely. Very small consolidation here. Maybe it'll wait for the 10-day to pull up. Atlassian may just be starting its run. We're seeing DocuSign run really nicely, just have these small moves up. Team could start to do something similar to that. A broader base here. It's a little bit of an extended buy. Yeah, up 13%, fairly extended. Pushing the Bollinger Bands. Let me see. I wasn't really paying attention to that. I got so many trend lines going on here. Yeah, we're sitting on those top Bollinger Bands, aren't we? Interesting. Well, market isn't. We just are slight loosely turning red right now. And last week, even though it was green all week, you had some good distribution there towards the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, we had some more bullish days, but our volume was, not substantial. So, well, see, here's the thing: these tight Bollinger Bands, these are actually getting pretty tight. They're not as tight as they could be. If we go sideways, if we take a little bit of a pullback for the next, first half of the week or something, or even this whole week, and keep within the range of last week, which is down here, then I think we could really tighten up these Bollinger Bands and be ready for another explosive move of some fashion, similar to what we did over here prior to the coronavirus run and the subsequent breakdown. If you remember, we were talking about how tight our Bollinger Bands were here. We're going to get towards tightish territory if we go sideways here for a bit, which is exactly what we did here. So maybe get a nice reprieve from the NASDAQ for the next week or so. And then, I don't know, hopefully no second wave of coronavirus hits, although arguments out there that it's already happening. But I think at this stage, well, just like politics, we have polarized sides. Like you just saw, 14,000 people choosing to be treated, infected with the coronavirus in a human challenge trial, whatever the hell that even means. I don't even know what that means. Can't find it on my phone now. Move it to Arizona? What do you mean? I don't think I'm volunteering for a COVID trial. Just my 2 cents on that one. That's something I'm super interested in, at least right now, at this stage of my life where I'm alive, I really don't feel like volunteering for a COVID trial. That's a really small risk there. Back to checking on AMD. They're still up 3.3%. They're holding this 3% level, which is good. NASDAQ's trying to chill out here. Not so sure if AMD is going to rock right now, but our volume's already pretty good compared to Friday's. We're at 36 million versus 44 million. Probably will be an elevated volume day. Not sure if AMD is going to be going on a massive run. I'm not sure what would Catal, you know, catalyze said run. A giant pension bought up Uber and Lyft. Why would they do that? Gamblers. Pensions aren't supposed to gamble. Yeah, if my pension was an Uber and Lyft, I'd be pissed. I'm like, just buy Amazon. Why not just buy more Amazon? Or Apple, or Microsoft, or AMD? It's going to lead for the next 3 years. Hmm. Yeah. All right. What else is going on here? Man, ZTO. What is good, ZTO? Apparently, ZTO's good. And D-Dog, excellent. So it did have earnings and it's exploded on earnings too. Well, I don't know about exploded, but oh, it's not even earnings yet. It's today after market. Man, they really want them some D-Dog. This thing explodes up to 75. That's gonna be a that's gonna be a tough one. Back up towards the highs of the session, 0.2%. We were higher overnight, but since the open market session at least. All right. Aram mentioned play. What is play doing? My play option's down a little bit, so it's probably not doing a whole heck of a lot of good. So play still very sideways. Play, I think, greatly expanded their float, which is going to cause some problems for investors. So they could stay afloat. They increased their float, is I believe, by 75 million shares. I believe they only have like 125 million shares. Yeah, public offering news. So they got a public offering going on just to raise capital, trying to sell 100 million. And they did sell a bunch. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But play for me is a pretty small position at this stage of the game. Um, I think I did cut my position in half a little bit. I think it's been a while. I think I did so play. Let me look. Yeah, I did sell some play. So just reducing my exposure. Play hadn't bounced back like the rest of the market did. So I still have the option, which is still pretty far out. I'm still positive in it, actually. Overall, I'm positive in it, but I did cut my exposure just because it's not reacting as nicely as it could. But with that secondary offering, that's always going to be a problem. Not always, but it's in a dire circumstance, it's going to be a problem. A lot of some newer companies do secondaries really quick after their IPO. Maybe not quite getting off capital or whatever, but they have a high growth story. This isn't that way. This was just kind of a bounce back play. Oh, in play. Didn't realize it was a pun. Plays up 100% off the low. Yeah, it's we were down. I mean, the whole market was. You have to keep in mind how distressed the entire market was. Absolutely destroyed. This just seemed like too much of a drop to me. 88%, one of the more beaten down ones. So I think I forget what the exact options play was in that one. Let me see. Looks like 34 was my target, which was basically the 200-day moving average, which now it's probably going to be a little bit. See, if it broke up with the rest of the stocks, we'd probably be already up here, at least in the area, maybe like 26, 28. We'd be towards the area there, but it hasn't moved with the rest of the market, so. And then maybe a function of how deep down it was. I was maybe conflating value for weakness. I guess conflating weakness for value. Yeah. Hopefully, your ROMI position is not too big. You should be able to any singular loss really shouldn't kill your account if it is and your position sizes are too big. You need to trade a little bit. You need to trade smaller. Wow, D-Dog right before earnings, man. Their option prices have to be crazy. That should, Rob. That's good, Aram. I don't even think about play these days, to be honest with you. I look at it when I open my account and I look through my positions. I go, oh yeah, I still got play. And then if I happen to see it on the charts, other than that, it's not one I'm really hawking. Really more interested in Restoration Hardware and Soxel. Those are two decent size normal position sizes for me. Play is a much not even close to half of a position. Way less than half of a position. Just a couple $100 actually. It's basically the size of one of my gamble plays. If I do a gamble play, I'll put maybe most is like $500. I'll put into a gamble play. That's good, Mohammed. Well, yeah, that's interesting. Tesla's a tough one. I mean, longer term, I'm a massive fan of Tesla on almost every level. Um, when you're up at $800, it obviously feels really hard to sit here and pull triggers. Um, yeah, that's a tough one, Mohammed. I've been struggling with that myself. Um, I don't know. I would probably just suggest if you want to stack cash and wait for pullbacks, you could do that. Um, I mean, the general stock market, at least the Nasdaq, is just sitting, just poking away at recent highs every single day. It really does look like we're going to be back at that high in the Nasdaq in the next couple of months. Um, yeah, that's a tough question. I don't know. Part of trading is understand that you don't know what's going to happen. Some instances you can have an idea, but when we peaked at 800 or 960, I said, you know what? I'm going to buy this thing if it comes and hits four, which was the prior low. It just happened to happen like the next month. That wasn't me being smart. That wasn't me knowing more than well, probably I do know more, but it wasn't like me knowing the future. It just happened to work out that we got down to all the low prices for any stock that anybody wanted to buy to. They all got there. Um, Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Muhammad. I did. I was looking for four. Maybe I don't know if I said 450. I was thinking four, whatever. It's in that price range. But yeah, I didn't know it was going to happen in the fashion that it did. You know what I mean? No one knew we were going to crash in the way that we did. Once the market started rolling over and everything started rolling over, we figured we'd go lower, but then a couple weeks in, we realized we were in trouble. And then when I found Tesla at four, I'm like, I just got to buy it. I said I was going to buy it at four. I got to buy it at four, so I bought it at four, and I got an average fill price of 412. I got it a little lower and a little higher. So that was just luck. I got to be honest with you. There's no way anyone could have known that Tesla would be down at 400. Even me, the guy that said 400, I didn't know it was going to happen in a month. It's nonsensical for that to occur. So at this stage, it's much more tricky because you've already had the very quick pullback. Your buy at five was great. That was a super good job. Um, some method of getting that level. Well, it happened to be the prior highs on the weekly chart. So you can see here we were stuck at, just under the $400 level on the weekly chart for a couple of years. And then when we finally broke up in a crazy parabolic move, that would be a rational entry point. If it got, in all honesty, I was kind of expecting Tesla to get there maybe in a year or something like that. But and by that time, I was thinking I probably will have not forgotten about Tesla, but not be as apt to buy it for. But when it happened so quickly, it was very fresh in my mind. Um, so buying down there at that stage for me was a no-brainer. Buy at five's excellent. Hold those shares, in my opinion. I mean, if we start pulling back, obviously I think that's a good time to get involved. Um, one thing you can do if you're interested, Mohammed, is kind of just buy if you really want to level, just go deep into Tesla or whatever your strategy is. You could buy a little bit here and there, and then just hold some funds in the case the thing crashes. You can, if you see it down in the sixes, feel free to buy it. Things like that. Um, at the same time, there's still plenty of other opportunities in the market. I love Tesla, but it's not the only stock that's going to give you tremendous returns. There's other stocks as well. DocuSign's been doing really well. We've had a couple of really good ones off the bottom. TQQQ is going to give excellent returns. Maybe not Tesla-like returns, but it's still going to give very excellent returns. Um, there's a lot of opportunities out there other than Tesla. So if you miss Tesla, if it's just too high, you know, I would excuse me, I would yeah, you can look elsewhere, but look for leaders. Look for, like Eli keeps talking about Nvidia. That's a leader, right? So this is a leader. It is poking into highs, which makes it a little bit scary. They do have earnings coming up. It's like in a few weeks, 520. Okay. About 10 days from now. So, yeah, I don't have a good level to buy Tesla. I usually don't work that way. Um, Tesla's playing with me right now. There we go. But I mean, at this stage of the game, if you gotta fill down towards the sixes, I think that would be good. Um, at the same time, hmm, yeah, I probably just wait for pullbacks. If you wanted to buy it like every month, if you could afford to buy a share a month, um, you probably could do that. But I would probably wait a little bit, try to buy some pullbacks. But I don't know what levels those are going to pull back to. I think the sixes seems rational, somewhere in the sixes, six handle, as they say, as the kids say. AMD pulling in now. All right, maybe given a buying opportunity on the way down here. We'll see. AMC. Oh wow, look at them crashing all the way back down. If you want to sell your AMC, a 44% gap is a pretty good way to do it. Look right where it stalled, right at our trend line. Look at that. Weekly trend line. Boom. Stalled. Has ACB looked hot at all recently, Rob? Not so sure on that one. All the MJ names. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's that one for 12. Um, Actually, yeah, some of them were getting kind of flat, weren't they? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. They were kind of basing out a little bit. This could be considered a very large cup and handle on Tilray, actually. Ooh, maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. 48% downtrend. Um, Market was down. So that's loosely manageable for that. 6:30. Why don't you give me the damn date, you weirdo? 327. So we were still in the bear market when we formed this base, so that's not too bad. Yeah, look at this cup and handle too on Tilray, Rob. I'm actually not super mad at it. I don't earnings are today after market. This could get interesting. The MJ sector has been just horrible. I really hate to jump in front of anything at this stage of the game, but that's a cup and handle. That's a first stage base. Very manageable one too. The volume's really good on the bottom. I think they're all going to have bad earnings. Well, everything kind of has bad earnings a little bit. Um, Keeps a neutral rating with a raise from 7 from 490 in terms of a price target for whatever that means. Detailed hoarding of marijuana during COVID-19. Straddle prices for stocks expected to report. See what this is. Tilray, May 7.5 straddle priced for a move of 21% into the expected release of quarterly earnings after the bell. So 21% price move isn't that extensive. Only takes us to 10. Yee. Those options are still expensive. The overall question here is when is it time to actually, turn around in the MJ sector? I don't know if I have the answer to that. That seems to be a bigger kind of a research question rather than it's just a trader trying to time it. What's the news? BLIP? I can't freaking see anything. Barubo and Johnson, Tilray class action on 5-5. I don't know. Some lawsuit. I cannot see anything. Sorry, Rob, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what it is instead of just clicking on it. Okay, piece of crap. Come on. Hold on a second. Got to move my desk closer to the TV. So, I told you guys about my beautiful setup that I just adjusted here. One flaw in it is I have a USB 3 hub attached to my little desk here. And unfortunately, the power going through it isn't long enough for my USB extension cable, so it keeps Anyway, I had to like move my desktop super close to my platform here. Stop doing yoga for a minute and read the damn screen, you monkey. Fine. My goodness. Don't be so aggressive, Rob. Um, okay, so it alleges that Tilray's statements regarding the relationship with authentic brands was significantly overstated as Tilray touted the strength of ABG's portfolio and the purported benefits of their partnership with ABG. Despite such representation, Tilray issued a press release on March 2nd announcing a net loss of 321 million. See, this is why you don't want to be a publicly traded company right here. You're just going to get your ass sued all the time for anything that you do. And if you do become a publicly traded company, definitely don't overstate anything. Because, yeah. Anyway, there is a cup and handle here on Tilray. Oh, the handle's super deep. Interesting, though. Probably one of the first decent-ish chart patterns. I say decent-ish because it's still extraordinarily depleted from its $300 level. Remember that? Tilray for about 12 minutes was worth $300. Actually, probably less than 12 minutes. Even from 160, 140, 120, it's a tremendous move down. All right, AMD back to 3.13. Zoom, INMD, D-Dog, Coop, Twilio back to 5%. And Nvidia doing pretty good. Come on, Soxel. What are you doing red, Soxel? Where's Soxel? 14,000 back to highs. The option for that. Let's take a look, Rob. So going out to one, actually have it up. Going out to 121 2022. And what's the price? Let's just do 120 because we're not greedy. Um, you're looking at about 8,672% for about a $1 bet. So for every $100 you spend, you get back $8,672. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Realistic? Probably not, but pretty good in terms of price. So that would imply 120. It actually almost seems realistic when I do that. Almost seems realistic. Hey, if you got $100 you never want to see again, that's your bet. That's your bet right there. My biggest cup ever. It'd be a pretty big cup. Over zero point 0.2 for the NASDAQ now. Yeah, it's a nice cup and handle down here too. I don't know. I may throw away $100. Not that I think it's actually going to get to 120, but so our break even on that is 18.95. Such a cheap break even. 18.95 is your break even point. Holy crap! That means for everything above, if this thing is at $30, let's see what $30 does. Hold on, let me look at that strike price real quick. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna save that. All right, so let's see if it just gets to $30. What does that do for us by 2022? 777%. That's still pretty damn good. The only question is the MJ sector done being a huge garbage, steaming pile of flaming garbage dumpness? Yeah, I put those words together. I don't know if it worked, but I said them. Yeah, 700% for a year and a half bet. Denied by denied by. Have you redone that, Rob? Redo that. Redo that and just lie to them. They probably won't even know the difference. And that is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to lie to them. I'm saying hypothetically, if you were to lie to them, they will not deny you. That's my disclaimer. You should. But here's the thing: if you do get if you do get approved for options, um, please trade them sparingly because they can really damage an account. I mean, horrifically. We're talking 1990s horror movie, you know, destroy your account type of situation. It's pretty bad. You get hurt really bad. I don't want that. I don't want that. I do it because I can, I guess, and that's why you guys hear about it. 0.35 for the Nasdaq. But yeah, like if you got these options where you can risk $100 and maybe make 8,000 or even 700, I don't think that's the end of the world, right? That's a manageable risk. But if you start seeing positions where you got to put $3,000, $4,000 at risk, and you don't have an account that's upwards of $50,000, you probably shouldn't be trading those. Because even a $3,000 hit on a $50,000 account is still a decent percentage. It's about an 8% total account hit, which, trust me, sucks. Any 8% total account hit sucks. All right, Zoom 5%, Twilio 5%. So we're joining the 5% club here. Three of them up there now. Coop extending up. I guess Zoom was up a little bit more. I think D Dog was up a little bit more too. Oh, no, they have. Nope, they're just hanging out. But I actually kind of like that little Tilray trade. I mean, risk reward, that's ridiculous. It's so hard to say the bottom's in though. That's a ton of volume. Look at the volume on the weekly chart too. Oh, that's not bad. And it went from 2 to 10. Well, 2.5 to 10. It's 400% increase. I don't know, man. Unless it's short covering, but could be short. I'm not sure what their short interest was. Let's see if we can find some short interest calculations or numbers, not calculations. Tilray short interest 32%. Yeah, so that definitely could have been some that could have been some short covering. I mean, you go from 20 to 2 in a very short period of time. Definitely there's a possibility for short covering. So, yeah, I don't know. That would be a gamble in my opinion. ROE negative 89%. Investors are leaping in for that. 202% sales quarter over quarter is very good. Sales next year 40%. So their margins, gross margin negative 14%. Hmm. Well, forget about the percentage. It's just about how much volume. Ugh, excuse me. I mean, it's about the volume. I'm sure there may be some organic buying there. It's just a that's tremendous volume though. Yeah, well, two completely different companies, Rob. These guys basically, I think these are drug manufacturers. I don't think they do um, actually sell marijuana specifically. Let me look here. Drug manufacturer specialty generic. I was trying to go for their website actually. Oh, I gotta click the name to get the website. I didn't look at this picture. I was just scrolling down the middle here, and I thought this dude was sniffing a marijuana plant. I'm like, how's that scientifically valid? Wow. Rebecca Dopp, huh? She's apparently a thing. Good for her. Republican? Republican? Don't know, but I'm assuming most of these guys generally look like Republicans. Tilray releases 11 million shares from lockup agreement. April 3rd, so they're already released. How many shares again? 3 million? 11 million. Oh, wow. They hold a lot of stock. The float's 50 million, so they're going to increase float by 20%. That's not very good. Oh, it's only 14.5% of the locked up shares. Wow. So they got a lot of locked up shares that they're. So how many shares is that? So how many times can. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Randy. Good job. Weirdo. Basically, seven distributions of 11 million shares is basically 77 million shares that they have locked up. And that would put them all the way up there into the 121 million. So that could easily put a headwind on Tilray for sure. And that's a toughie. That's a toughie right there. If they're going to open up 70 million share, I don't know how long that's going to take them. Oh, is that what it said? Only under certain circumstances over a 2 year period beginning December 2020. Oh, beginning December 2020. So 2 years. So yeah, into 2022. During the first year following close of the merger, shows be released only pursuant to certain offerings or sales arranged by and at the discretion of Tilray. April 3rd, a part of the previous released. So they're releasing early. I thought they were supposed to start releasing on 20 in December. The waiver release announced today will apply on a pro rata basis to each former private or equity holder who receives shares of options or options to purchase. Hmm. You back, Ellie? Did you ever go away? Did you leave and come back? Yeah, we're looking at Tilray actually a little bit deeper. I'm fairly intrigued by the chart pattern here, but I don't quite like what I'm seeing on some of the news related stuff here. So we're looking at Tilray. We somehow started talking about cannabis, and I just poked up Tilray. I'm like, oh, a cup and handle in Tilray. And it's a pretty deep cup and a deep handle, about, this is about 48%. This is about 20 something percent. So definitely deeper than IBD requirements, but this ain't an IBD stock. I do like the volume here, but I was thinking it could be short covering, and the short float's like 30%. So we got a short float here of 32, 33% basically. So that I'm not sure if that's short. I'm not sure when they report that. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just doing some due diligence is all. But then we found out that the shares they have floated in the market. So these are shares. Float means shares available to trade, is what it means. Um, shares outstanding is total shares in the business itself. So they only have 50 million shares available to trade, but apparently the other 70 million are locked up and they're going to strategically release them over the next 2 years. So that could put a damper on Tilray's upside potential as they, double the float size of Tilray. So I don't know. It's interesting situation for sure, but those locked up shares could provide a pretty big headwind going forward here. Buy back to bump the price. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's the best case scenario if you're looking to trade it. I don't know what else to say other than that. It's just is what it is. But feeling the chart is good, though. I will say that feeling the chart is actually really good. I don't think too many people can actually do it, but if you can, I think it's a good thing. Hear the chart screaming short, short, short. Is that like a screaming vegetable type of a thing? Which chart though, Ellie? Which one? Are we gonna short Amazon? You're like, no, I never want Amazon to go lower again. Of course I'm not gonna show Amazon. Short Amazon. How about Apple? You gonna short Apple? How about Microsoft? You gonna short Microsoft? I don't know. When you say short something, I'm wondering what you're shorting. I think Amazon's like 15% of the Nasdaq. Apple's another 15% of the Nasdaq. Microsoft, I think they're 10% actually. I think they're all 10%. So if you're not shorting the big ones, I'm not sure how just shorting all the little ones are going to do you any good. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Soxel down 1.37 for the hills, 1.37% lower. Stuff in the middle. If you want to say short the Russell, yeah, not too much to trade today. I agree with you on that. Although I will say this, I'm going to buy that Tilray. I'm going to buy that Tilray option. I'm going to buy a gamble going out to 2022. The risk reward is just stupid on it. Short TQQQ. Again, then you're shorting Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. That's what you're doing. So, don't know if I like that plan. At least it's not for me. Well, it's like $100. It's like $100 to make at least 700 to 8,000. So it's okay. It'll be one of those ones sitting towards the bottom of my screen that I never look at. They do have earnings today. Yes, they do. And that's a beautiful cup and handle they have too. I do like the cup and handle, but everything else about it is suspect. Um, Everything else about it is suspect, but we haven't really seen a good looking chart pattern in the entire downtrend. I was looking at this a little bit earlier. Let me go max sell and go all the way to the top. So here's a pop up with a cup and handle. Actually, the best volume since the IPO is that's kind of a good sign too. But like I said, that could just be short covering. You never know. Oh, daily. That always gets me. Every time that gets me. All right, so there's the whole thing. Okay, so I don't think we've seen actually a decent sized or decent looking base the entire time. So that, at least in terms of a chart pattern, is a pretty good cup and handle. This was arguably manageable because we were in a bear market until about here. And then we started getting a little bit more normal. So let's just walk up. So there's a little bull flag, didn't work out. Not a great one though. Good volume. Again, could just be short covering. Could be more short covering. Here's a little cup base, not nearly as long as the one we have now. Little cup base did work out for a little bit before rolling over, so at least would have worked for a pop. And again, pretty good volume, at least on that one candle right there. That wasn't really much. Maybe looking for a turnaround there, never happened. Could be. Um, and this was after the top. We don't even have volume for right here for right now, so yeah, it's just arguably no good chart patterns until the one we're in right now. And as a chart pattern trader, it's screaming at me. It's like, and that's a good cup and handle. Even if this fails, I mean, which it could, trust me, it could. Easily could. Still a good cup and handle. I think it's pretty nice. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's definitely manageable. Good uptrend. It's up 400% off the lows. And yeah, I don't know. Even with the shares and expiring on lockup and all that stuff. Maybe this was them selling all those 11 million shares. Look at that, 30 million shares traded hands on that day. That 11 million could have been absorbed right there. You never know. You never know. Can't say it's going to be a smooth ride up, but I like the chart pattern. I'll take a small gamble on it. All right, market 0.17%. So yeah, so kind of a lazy day today. Oh, it's 8:06. It's actually in stock shed. The $20 strike price. Oh, shoot, there was a better option. I missed it. It was the $10. Son of a bitch. Oh, really, I should have done the $10. That was stupid. Stupid. What I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna close that out and buy the other one. Hmm. I gotta get going, guys. It's 8:10. I didn't realize how late it was. Am I an option, Rob? I'll do it. I wouldn't mind doing it if you want to do that. If you can't do it, but it's up to you. You've been here forever and a day, every day. So, although I probably can't do that considering this is my Roth IRA and I probably couldn't withdraw the money. Oh, that's don't worry about that. That's hold on, I'm trying to set this up here. Okay, so my theory was Tilray, if it gets back to 120, there's like a 8,000% gain on that. But even if it gets up just to 30, it's a 700% gain, even if it gets to 30. I think I just saved the new one. Yeah, the new one's got the 30 and it's 830% gain. But there is one if it does get to 120. By 2022, I mean, it's on the chart. That's over a year and a half's worth of time. It could happen. I mean, nah, it's only 5,000%. Ooh, 12,000% if you go to the 30 strike price. Buy a couple of those and just have some fun. But even the $10 is 5,000% if it gets to 120. But even 830 is excellent. I mean, 830 is excellent getting to 30. And if it gets to 30 before then, let's say for whatever reason MJs do decide to turn around. I'm not advocating they are, but maybe they do. It's going to be you're going to get all that time premium built in there you know, as well as all the good stuff. So, weed cures corona. Yes. Go Trump. I'd be like, Mr. Trump, you are the wisest, greatest sage of all time. You do know that marijuana cures coronavirus, right? Oh yeah, I definitely know that. I've known that for years. All my closest friends do that. I even do that. People tell me that it's good. I don't know that it's good, but it sounds like it's good. All you have to do is say everything that you can say, and yeah. All right, guys, I got to bail. I got to do my newsletter in about 20 minutes. So I'm getting out of here. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye bye.